Roland's revered it so much, I'm scared to touch it.
Yeah, pick it up with the, use the pommel and the
Use the pommel, because that's gonna
Yeah,
be
the
most
organic material is most delicate and sensitive, of course.
Ooh, you can kind of feel that it's not. When I felt it, I could feel it like get a little bit, yeah. I'm talking about in the handle, they help feel something.
It has a tendency to look heavier than it is.
Oh, totally, totally. Yeah, absolutely.
You can't really hold it like, grip it like a sword, but it is not very heavy now.
Oh, absolutely.
Your balance is quite close to the actual.
Yeah, with a large pommel like that, it's definitely going to be back, but
About 2 inches in front of the blade, I would say, right?
yeah, I got the specs.
Or two tongues if you're liking.
Yeah.
And this one definitely is a solid pommel, so that's not a hollow one, right?
Yep.
Like
Yeah, it feels
with
solid.
some you cannot tell, but with this one
Yeah,
you can
it's
say
definitely
that's a
solid.
massive solid disc,
Yeah,
right?
and when you get down here,
And it is very sharp.
when you look in here very closely, you can kind of get in there with a glass and see detail. It's pretty tight to the tang. It's not many swords from this period of time. The pommels will have a deep concavity as they go in up here. There's one at the Institute of Arts right now on loan from the Met.
So it's pretty hollow through the center, is what you're saying?
No, it's got there's no hollowness.
It's just a cavity here.
Yeah, no, a lot of them will have cavities, but this one does not.
This one doesn't, okay.
Yeah. There's a kind of a real rough Brazil nut pommel on this single-handed sword from probably about, even earlier than this. And when you get down on your knees in the museum and look up, like all of us do, and are trying to see angles that they don't have for display, you can see that the interior of the pommel is this deep kind of almost canoe shape inside this Brazil nut, going up inside there, where possibly the grip went up inside there, or possibly they would have filled with some kind of mastic again, just fill it up with glue so it's solid and keep it from rattling and all those kind of things,
What kind of glues would they use? Do we have any idea?
Probably high glues, but I mean, we've taken, dealing with originals and like grips that have come off of originals and they're trying to conserve them in some way, and we have found like the interior of the tang wrapped in grass.
To make it tight.
To make it tight. So, now, we don't do that today. But
I have a trick. If I get something loose, and instead of working on it, I'll just wrap thread into the handle to tighten it.
So if you put it back down on the table and then just feel with your finger the blade. I mean, this is something that if you just go over the blade and feel those most shallow ridges, and how did you phrase it? The non-existent fuller?
Kind of a central concavity to the structure.
Right here, if you go over.
Oh, right here.
No, if
right.
you just
go side to side.
Ooh, you can feel it's almost it has a fuller, but you just don't really see it.
Yeah.
It's like an I-beam shape, but it's just so
very subtle
a curve that you don't actually.
So these are the details that you never can convey via photos or camera. You just have to feel it.
If that was behind glass in a museum and you looked at it, you'd say, well, it's a hexagonal shaped blade.
Exactly.
Two flat sides go down to the edges. But it's very difficult to sense even with your eyes when it's sitting here on the table.
Yeah, right.
But when
there's
you feel it,
just the ever so much of a concavity there all the way across. And again, that kind of reinforces that idea I was talking about the other day, where think of this portion right here as a reinforce for your edge, as opposed to that you were trying to remove material here.
I see, yeah.
Because very much like an I-beam, if you could see the metal, you've got two pieces that are thicker, and then the shallow in the center, but it makes that type of.
I can so understand that he
Without
loved
making
the sword.
it heavy, just bulking it out.
I can so understand that Ewart Oakeshott loved the sword.
Oh, yeah. It's
Because, I mean, when I saw it on photographs, I thought like, yeah, that's a pretty neat sword and has some distinct features like these fine fullers. Then I always thought like, well, yeah, but the pommel actually looks a bit off. But if you see it in the flesh, it's actually a beauty.
It is beautiful. It makes me wish I could pick it up by the hilt, but you can't. And how long is our hilt here about? I can guesstimate on it. It's a little over 3 inches. That's
Yeah, I think 3.4 or 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like 3.
Yeah. If you want, I can go grab the sheet with the specs on it right
Oh,
now.
I'd
Well,
love
if they
that.
want to see a hand,
I'd love that.
not on it,
Yeah.
but just where it would be.
Yeah, but I gotta dig it.
It just accommodates the width of my hand.
I'll be
And
right
my width of my
back.
hand would just be accommodated by it. That's it.
Monitor.
I was doing that just to show a size for people, not to actually
Yeah,
hold.
I see.
Yeah. It's exactly.
Yeah, you would usually use an
And you
elongated
would
grip.
You would. So your hand would have to go back onto the disc.
Well, you guys did a replica, didn't you? But this is not here. It has been sold, right?
I believe so. You're asking the wrong person about anything.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But,
Looks like it's almost exactly 3 inches.
yeah, if I ever have them do a custom piece, I know exactly which one I'm getting made.
This one, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I can perfectly
Hands down.
understand that.
Not this one?
I can feel a desire building up in, in myself. Okay, so now I'm going to hand the camera back to you, Thrand, because now I'm going to make a tracing of that sword.
Oh, most certainly. Arms and Armor is now making a replica of the famed Moonbrand. That's right, Ewart Oakeshott's favorite sword, and one of Roland Vorzeka's as well, and mine. After we went and examined it, it's one of the finest Type 14s in excellent condition, so you actually get an idea of what the actual handle material was and how it was constructed. So that's right, if you're interested, be sure and go by Arms and Armor and check out the famed Moonbrand. Now you too can own one as well. Also look out their entire catalog. They have excellent reproductions of historical arms and armor.